And welcome back. Tien and Dana are still with me, as is Alyssa. We are going to just get right to Sanity Corner. I feel petty because there's no housekeeping this week. Our house is perfectly clean. We don't have anything else to do. Alyssa, are you Sanity Corner or I feel petty this week?
Mine's a little bit of a combo.
Okay.
A little bit. But I guess it's more of a Sanity Corner.
Okay.
You guys, I have reached an age where I'm losing control of my hormones and parts of my body. And my period starts coming whenever it wants to, despite being a 20-year devotee of the NuvaRing. And you guys, I know it's very 1995 of me, as my sister says, but Pamprin is baller. Okay, you need to take 3, not 2. But I have to say, I'm like, I need something to help me. Like, my cramps are terrible. I'm so bloated. It's like worse than it's ever been. And I went out on a limb when I was at the shop, right? And I was like, what is this Pamprin? And I bought it. And honestly, do not sleep on Pamprin. It has got me back on my feet. I mean, not great. My hormones still make me cry for no good reason. But the bloating, you guys, like, as we've discussed, I do not have children, but I look 4 months pregnant when I get my period now because I am so bloated and so disgusting. And anyway, so my Sanity Corner is a copious amounts of Pamprin.
This is the first time I've ever heard of Pamprin. I'm being dead serious. What is it? Just
It's like
have you heard of Midol?
Yes. Oh, okay.
It's like it's kind of like the older sister, I think, of Midol. It comes in a very retro looking bottle. I don't think they've spent money on marketing in years.
Good for them.
Listen, when you go look for tampons, look on the bottom shelf. And there are like your water pills, your Vagisil, your Monistat, your Pamprin, and your Midol.
What are water pills?
Anyway,
is that something I need to know about?
What are water pills?
The fuck, you guys are so young.
Sorry.
Water pills are what you take when you're bloated. Don't you follow women from the 1950s? Anyway, they work too. It, like, if you're bloated, it just gets it makes you pee.
Oh.
That's not my
pills that take
scientific
the water.
definition. It's not my scientific definition. I'm just saying when you take a water pill, you get less bloated.
Okay.
So I have those too.
Oh man, all these things I feel
I'm learning
advertised back to back on Wheel of Fortune.
You know what, Erin? That's about right. That's a little Family Feud, a little Wheel of Fortune. That's where you will see a Pamprin commercial. Actually, you won't. You'll see it in a Women's Day magazine. It's okay. It's okay. I am using this as my sanity, as a public service announcement for other women who are crampy, bloated, can't control their bodies, have given up on Advil. Try Pamprin or use them both. I also do that.
Interesting. I've got a tangentially related period, Sani Petty. And I'm just going to jump in and go second because it just kind of dovetails, if you will.
Great.
I think
love to pave the way.
Yes. I think 2023 is the year that we get rid of concealed carry when it comes to our tampons. In 2023, we got to open carry those things. Who cares who cares if people know you're on your period? If they can't handle it, they don't deserve to be out in public, because guess what? A lot of people who menstruate go out in public. And if you can't comport with that, then like stay home and I don't know, play Parcheesi or whatever little baby games you need to play. Because you're so immature.
Did you see the TikTok where they use the tampon to close the wine bottle?
What? You can use it.
That's so helpful.
You can use a tampon to close the wine bottle.
It feels like it would soak through.
Well,
no, because you put it the top after you use it instead of a cork.
That makes sense.
Which, by the way, is what my mother used to call tampons.
A cork?
Yeah.
Put a cork in it. Nice.
Yeah.
You know, I like that because you know the gun holsters that are on, like, you can hold it like kind of like a vest and it's on both sides.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get one and I'm just gonna like fill them with tampons on either side
and give them out like party favors.
I'll give them out like party favors.
Yeah. You want one? I got some. You want one?
Who needs a tampon?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people at any given time, a lot of people. So I think that it's time that we stop concealing them. They are for the comfort of people. Concealing them is for the comfort of people who do not deserve comfort.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So
well said.
That's my take. Tien,
Well said.
you want to go next?
Yeah, sure. I have a sanity corner, which I'm very excited about. It's almost like a future sanity corner. I just spent 2 weeks back to back with both sides of my like my partner's family and my family, and I loved it dearly, but it is a lot. And so I'm very much looking forward to, there's a new season of Old Enough on Netflix, which is, for those of you who don't know what Old Enough is, it is a Japanese game show, reality show.
It's like a game show documentary.
Yeah, game show documentary where little, like, between the ages of, sometimes they go as low as 2.5, but 2.5 to like 5 years old little kids are allowed to go on their first Old Enough journey where they have to do an errand for their parents by themselves in their small town. And it's very protected. They close the streets off. The camera people are everywhere, so you don't have to fear for the safety of the child. But it is literally my favorite, like, turn my brain off show, and watch like a little 4-year-old girl go down to the shop and get like fish for her mom and like bring it back and drop it off and like go get another ingredient. It's like, it is the most peaceful show of all time.
It's so cute. And then there's like narrators.
There's narrators,
who talk about how good of a job they're doing, but you can just hear it in Japanese. And then like there's subtitles. I love the ones where like the little boy, it's usually the little boys, get distracted and like start
they do
outside. They like, and it'll show like the clock half an hour later. There was one in season 1 where a little boy was supposed to get orange juice from the house,
yes,
and he just like
he started playing,
played outside.
But then there was an episode where like it was the third thing she had to do. It was after she like had to like go get some food from a neighbor.
Multiple errands?
Multiple errands. We're talking about multiple errands.
I can't even do multiple errands in one go. That's hard.
It's hard. This one little girl had to get cabbage from the like grandma's cabbage patch maybe. And she missed the cabbage that was sitting in the shed, and she went directly to the one that was still like attached to the ground. She spent 45 minutes twisting and turning the cabbage, and she finally did it and got it out and dry. It's just
that's
Tien,
someone I'd give a White House internship to.
Exactly. She deserves it.
When I tell you I teared up during that scene, I teared up watching that scene.
It's the best.
Do they always do it?
Honestly, yes. They do.
Good. If they didn't, I wouldn't. I don't think I could watch.
It's so hopeful because you're like, they really are determined. This little last one. And then I'll stop. But this one little girl went to like give her dad an apron, and on the way back had to pick up a watch for her mom. And she gets back to the shop and she missed the watch store, and she starts crying and is bawling, and her mom's like, "It's okay, it's okay." And through tears, she's like, "No, I have to go get the watch for you," and goes back out and gets the watch, and the whole town cheers her on.
Stop! She gets the Rudy slow clap.
She gets the little, like, everyone's like, "You can do it. It's right over." You have to watch Old Enough. It's really the best. The episodes are like 10 minutes long.
Amazing.
I'm convinced.
Amazing. Dana, are you Sanity Corner, or I feel petty this week?
I'm Sanity Corner, sort of similar to an Old Enough. I'm fully back on board with the power of movies, capital M movies.
Yes.
You know what I've been doing recently that I really like? We get all those screeners because we're future Nepo parents. So we're both in the guild. So we get, screeners of theater movies, and we turn off the lights, make popcorn, put your phone in another room, and watch like a real capital M movie with the lights off in your house. And it's great. Last night we watched The Fabelmans.
Ooh. Would you recommend?
Delight. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. That Steven Spielberg knows how to make a movie. It's good. I think I was like, I like kind of put it off. Like I hadn't seen it until now because I was like, oh, it's going to be like a little treacly. It's going to be like the power of cinema, like whatever. But it's not. Like it's really like smart and interesting and fun. And we had a great time. And I'm back in on movies, baby.
I'm back in on it too. I like that a lot.
Yeah.
Go on. Is there a reason that you're on movies now and you weren't before?
I think like with the I don't want to blame the pandemic for anything, but I do think I sort of fell into the habit of just like watching a lot of TV and rewatching a lot of TV and sort of like using my TV as like a background noise box where like I would just like throw on Gilmore Girls and then just like also be on my computer. But it's like, you know, we saw the Banshees of Inisherin and I went to a theater to watch it. Loved it. And I was like, you can't get this half rewatching Gilmore Girls. And I love Gilmore Girls, but it's a different thing. And I just had to reteach myself to get into that habit. Movies are great. Go movies.
We saw Top Gun Maverick over the
another Capital M movie.
Blown away.
Okay.
Blown away. Like cried, like cheering. Like I was a maniac. I agree with you. It is. I find it hard to do at home though. I get too distracted.
It is. That's why I've had to do the lights off phone in another room separately. Like I have like to like.
I agree with you. I think it was like, I don't know what it was about. I don't want to blame the pandemic, but it was the pandemic. But there was something about I think I was too stressed to watch something completely new or something. Mm-hmm. Like I just kept watching easy TV and like little babies on errands. So I completely agree with you. I'm right back in. I finally saw Everything Everywhere all at once.
Amazing.
Blown away. Absolutely blown away. So Dana, I love this.
Mm-hmm. Should we host the Oscars?
I mean, yeah, should we?
I'd watch.
Yes. I feel like you have to wear like helmets and have like protection around the stage in case you say something that makes somebody mad.
Dana, another baby question for you. Will your children be getting your DVD screeners?
Absolutely. It's like it goes at first to the grandparents and then to the children.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's the classic Nepo baby line of.
Can we very quickly talk about how in Top Gun Maverick, they were so careful not to say who the enemy was. We never see a race or an ethnicity or a country.
So careful. I was like,
just black helmets.
I was like, it's cold. I kept trying to figure it out. It was really funny.
Yeah.
It could be North Korea. It could be Russia. We'll never know.
They just don't tell you?
Yeah. Could be a non-state actor. It could just be Antifa.
Could just be Antifa. They try so hard because they're like, look, this movie is going to make no one mad.
Mm-hmm. And it didn't. It was great.
Everyone loved it. They were like, what can we do to make Yeah.
I have to say that I am starting to come around to movies because I think that TV has gotten really audacious with how they treat my time. Like, like I do not think it's fair for a novel. I'm gonna obscure what this is about, but a novel that is like 200 and I think Dana probably knows 200 and some pages long being made into a multi-season show of TV. I'm not into it. Dana, you can tell me off air what you think it is because it
I put it in the chat.
Oh no, but that's a good point.
Oh.
I will tell you the truth of what I'm thinking about when we get off the air. I think they just waste our time. And a movie is like, okay, you have 3 hours or less, hopefully less, to tell a story, and tell it in the 3 hours. And it's like an event, and you can sit down, like Dana was saying, in your house and just like enjoy yourself for the 3 hours.
For Hanukkah, I got Ian one of those. He likes making stovetop popcorn. I got him one of those like popcorn makers that with like a little crank that like makes it so it evenly
cute.
So we've been doing like home cooked popcorn. It's great. People, I mean, look, bring back movies.
Yeah.
Out TV, in movies.
All right. On that note, that is all the time we have for this first episode of Hysteria of 2023. Tien and Dana, thank you so much for stopping by. Alyssa, thank you for being my ride or die, per usual. Looking forward to the next time we are in the same room together. And listeners, if you like what you heard, please rate us, review us, tell your friends, and there will be more Hysteria for you next week.